It's so cold. Look at it. Shh. Quiet, please.
Hello class. Welcome to this week's filmmaking lesson. Before we can start, it was my birthday on Saturday, November 9th, 2019. If you class wanted to make a gift for me and do a video of my birthday wishes, you can. Okay. Let's go to Walt Disney Home Video releases first. So when you go to 2019 in home video, you might see a lot of things to go through. So, on today, we will be doing Frozen 2013 film. Here is the plot in this film. Princess Elsa possesses magic powers that allow her to control and create ice and snow, often using them to play with her younger sister, Anna. After Elsa accidentally injures Anna with her magic, their parents, the king and queen, take both siblings to a colony of trolls led by Grandpappy. He heals Anna, but alters her memories so that she forgets about Elsa's magic. Grandpappy warns Elsa that she must learn to control her powers, and that fear will be her greatest enemy. The king and queen isolate both sisters within the castle, closing the castle gates to their subjects. In an effort to protect her sister from her increasingly unpredictable powers, Elsa ceases all contact with Anna, creating a rift between them. When the sisters are teenagers, their parents die at sea during a storm. Following her 21st birthday, Elsa is to be crowned Queen of Arend. She is terrified, however, that the kingdom's citizens might find out about her powers and fear her. The castle gates open to the public and visiting dignitaries for the first time in years. Among them are the scheming Duke of Weselton and the dashing Prince Hans of the Southern Isles, the latter of whom Anna falls in love with at first sight. Elsa's coronation takes place without incident, but she still remains distant from Anna. Hans proposes to Anna, but Elsa objects. Hurt and confused, Anna protests, begging Elsa to explain her fear and isolation. The emotional strain causes Elsa to accidentally unleash her powers before the court. Branded a monster by the Duke, Elsa flees to the North Mountain, where she finally acknowledges her powers, building a palace of ice in which to live a hermit life. In the process, however, her magic unintentionally engulfs her in an eternal winter. Anna ventures out to find Elsa and end the winter, leaving Hans in command. She gets lost, collecting supplies at Wandering Oaken's shop. She meets an ice harvester named Kristoff and his reindeer, Sven, convincing them to take her to the mountains. An attack by wolves leads to Kristoff's sleigh being destroyed. On foot, they meet Olaf, a cheerful snowman brought to life unknowingly by Elsa, who offers to lead them to her. When Anna's horse returns to Arend without her, Hans sets out to find Anna and Elsa, accompanied by the Duke's minions, who have secret orders to kill Elsa. Reaching the Ice Palace, Anna meets Elsa. When Anna reveals what has become of Arend, a horrified Elsa confesses she does not know how to undo her magic. Her fear causes her powers to manifest themselves once more and she accidentally freezes Anna's heart, poisoning her. Elsa then creates a giant snow monster named Marshmallow, who chases Anna, Kristoff, and Olaf away. Realizing the effects of Elsa's spell on Anna, Kristoff takes her to the trolls, his adoptive family. Grandpappy reveals that Anna will freeze solid unless an act of true love reverses the spell. Kristoff races Anna back home so Hans can give her true love's kiss. Hans and his men reach Elsa's palace, defeating Marshmallow and capturing Elsa. Anna is delivered to Hans but, rather than kissing her, Hans instead reveals that he has actually been plotting to seize the throne of Arend by eliminating both sisters. Hans locks Anna in a room to die, and then manipulates the dignitaries into believing that Elsa killed her, but not before they were married. He orders the queen's execution, only to discover she has escaped her detention cell. Olaf frees Anna, and they venture into the blizzard outside to meet Kristoff, whom Olaf has revealed is in love with her. Hans confronts Elsa outside, claiming that she killed Anna, causing Elsa to break down and abruptly stop the storm. Anna spots Hans about to kill Elsa, she leaps in the way and freezes solid, stopping Hans. Devastated, Elsa hugs and mourns over her sister, who thaws out, her heroism constituting an act of true love. Realizing that love is the key to controlling her magic, Elsa ends the winter and gives Olaf his own snow flurry to survive the warmer climate. Hans is arrested and exiled from the kingdom for his attempted assassination, while the Duke's trade links with Arind are cut off. Anna gives Kristoff a new sleigh and the two kiss. Both sisters are reunited and Elsa promises never to lock the castle gates again. Alright. On tomorrow, we will be doing Guardians of the Galaxy 2014 film by Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and Tweety and Porky Pig and Hatsune Miku. Here is the plot in this film. In 1988, following his mother's death, a young Peter Quill is abducted from Earth by the Ravagers, a group of alien thieves and smugglers led by Yondu Udonta. 26 years later on the planet Morag, Quill steals a mysterious orb but is attacked by Korat, a subordinate to the fanatical Kree militant, Ronan. Although Quill escapes with the orb, Yondu discovers his theft and issues a bounty for his capture, while Ronan sends the assassin Gamora after the orb. When Quill attempts to sell the orb on Xandar, capital of the Nova Empire, Gamora ambushes him and steals it. A fight ensues, drawing in a pair of bounty hunters, the genetically and cybernetically modified raccoon Rocket, and the tree-like humanoid Groot. Nova Corps officers capture the four, detaining them in the Kiln prison. A powerful inmate there, Drax, attempts to kill Gamora due to her association with Thanos and Ronan, who killed his family. Quill convinces Drax that Gamora can bring Ronan to him, though Gamora reveals that she has betrayed Ronan, unwilling to let him use the orb's power. Learning that Gamora intends to sell the orb to the collector Tainleer Tyvan, Quill, Rocket, Groot, and Drax work with her to escape the Kiln in Quill's ship, the Milano. Ronan meets with Gamora's adoptive father, Thanos, to discuss her betrayal. Quill's group flee to Na'er, a remote lawless outpost in space built in the giant severed head of a celestial. A drunken Drax summons Ronan while the rest of the group meet Tyvan. Tyvan opens the orb, revealing the Power Infinity Stone, an item of immeasurable power that destroys all but the most powerful beings who wield it. Tyvan's slave Karina grabs the stone, triggering an explosion that engulfs Tyvan's archive. Ronan arrives and easily defeats Drax, while the others flee by ship, pursued by Ronan's followers and Gamora's adoptive sister Nebula. Nebula destroys Gamora's ship, leaving her floating in space, and Ronan's fighters capture the orb. Quill contacts Yondu before following Gamora into space, giving her his helmet to survive. Yondu arrives and retrieves the pair. Rocket, Drax, and Groot threaten to attack Yondu's ship to rescue them, but Quill negotiates a truce, promising the orb to Yondu. Quill's group agrees that facing Ronan means certain death, but that they cannot let him use the Infinity Stone to destroy the galaxy. On Ronan's flagship, the Darkcaster, Ronan embeds the stone in his warhammer, taking its power for himself. He contacts Thanos, threatening to kill him after first destroying Xandar, hateful of her adoptive father. Nebula allies with Ronan. The Ravagers and Quill's group join with the Nova Corps to confront the Darkcaster at Xandar, with Quill's group breaching the Darkcaster with the Milano. Ronan uses his empowered warhammer to destroy the Nova Corps fleet. Drax kills Korat and Gamora defeats Nebula, who escapes, but the group find themselves outmatched by Ronan's power until Rocket crashes a Ravager ship through the Darkcaster. The damaged Darkcaster crash lands on Xandar, with Groot sacrificing himself to shield the group. Ronan emerges from the wreck and prepares to destroy Xandar, but Quill distracts him, allowing Drax and Rocket to destroy Ronan's warhammer. Quill grabs the freed stone, and with Gamora, Drax, and Rocket sharing its burden, uses it to vaporize Ronan. In the aftermath, Quill tricks Yondu into taking a container supposedly containing the stone, and gives the real stone to the Nova Corps. As the Ravagers leave Xandar, Yondu remarks that it turned out well that they did not deliver Quill to his father per their contract. Quill's group, now known as the Guardians of the Galaxy, have their criminal records expunged, and Quill learns that he is only half human, his father being part of an ancient, unknown species. Quill finally opens the last present he received from his mother, a cassette tape filled with her favorite songs. The Guardians leave in the rebuilt Milano along with a sapling cut from Groot, which grows into a baby version of him. In a post-credits scene, Ty Vance sits in his destroyed archive with two of his living exhibits, a canine cosmonaut and an anthropomorphic duck. Alright. On Wednesday, we will be doing Spider-Man Far From Home by Peter Parker and Penny Parker. Here is the plot in this film. In Ixtenco, Mexico, Nick Fury and Maria Hill investigate an unnatural storm and encounter the Earth Elemental. Quentin Beck, a super-powered individual, arrives to fight the creature. A week later, in New York City, the Midtown School of Science and Technology completes its academic year, which was restarted to accommodate the students who disappeared during the 5-year period known as the blip. They had reappeared 8 months earlier thanks to the actions of the Avengers. The school organizes a 2-week summer field trip to Europe, where Peter Parker, still mourning the death of his mentor and father figure Tony Stark plans to confess his growing feelings for classmate MJ. Happy Hogan informs Parker that Fury intends to contact him, but Parker ignores the call. Parker and his classmates travel to Venice, Italy, where the water elemental attacks. Parker helps protect his classmates while Beck arrives and destroys the creature. Fury meets with Parker and gives him Stark's glasses, which were meant for his successor. The glasses are equipped with the artificial intelligence EDITH, which has access to Stark Industries databases and commands a large orbital weapons supply. Beck claims to hail from an alternate reality within the multiverse, where the elementals killed his family. He now predicts that the fire elemental will appear in Prague. Parker declines Fury's invitation to join Beck's fight against the elementals and returns to his class trip. Fury secretly changes the school trip's itinerary so Parker will be directed to Prague, and there Parker is forced to help fight the fire elemental to again protect his friends. Beck is able to destroy the fire elemental with Parker's help. Fury and Hill invite Parker and Beck to Berlin to discuss the formation of a new superhero team, but Parker decides that Beck should go alone and bequeaths him the EDITH glasses. In actuality, Beck is secretly a former holographic illusions specialist at Stark Industries who was fired for his unstable nature. He now leads a team of disgruntled ex-Stark employees, using advanced projector drones to simulate the elemental attacks and masquerade as a hero. Their plan was to gain access to EDITH so they could use the orbital weapons system's drones to increase the scale of their illusions. MJ deduces Parker is Spider-Man. They discover that a piece of debris she retrieved during the carnival battle is a projector that presents a simulation of the air elemental, leading the two to realize Beck is a fraud. Parker travels to Berlin to meet with Fury, but is actually in one of Beck's illusions and accidentally reveals that some of his friends know about Beck's plan. Distracted by the illusion, Parker is hit by a train and carried away to the Netherlands. From there Parker contacts Hogan, who flies them to London where his classmates are now on their way home. In London, Beck uses EDITH to orchestrate his biggest illusion yet, a fusion of all 4 elementals, as a cover to kill Parker's friends. Parker is able to disrupt the illusion, so Beck fully reveals the drones to attack him. Parker defeats Beck, regaining control of EDITH to call off the drone attacks. Beck dies from wounds sustained from misfired drone gunshots. An assistant of Beck's escapes with data from the drones. After returning to New York City, Parker begins a relationship with MJ. In a mid-credits scene, J. Jonah Jameson of the DailyBugle.net broadcasts doctored footage of the London incident in which Beck frames Spider-Man for the drone attack and his death, before exposing Spider-Man's secret identity to the world. In a post-credits scene, Fury and Hill are revealed to be the Skrulls Delos and Soren in disguise, under orders from the real Fury who is seen commanding a Skrull spaceship. Alright. On Thursday, we will be doing Toy Story 4 film. Here is the plot in this film. 9 years earlier, between the events of Toy Story 2 and 3, Bo Peep and Woody are trying to rescue RC, Andy's remote-controlled car. Just as they finish the rescue, Bo is donated to a new owner. Woody considers going with her, but remains with Andy. Years later, a teenage Andy donates them to Bonnie, a younger child. While the toys are grateful to have a new child, Woody struggles with accepting that Bonnie does not love him like Andy did. On the day of Bonnie's kindergarten orientation, Woody sneaks into her backpack and goes with her. After a classmate takes away Bonnie's arts and crafts supplies, Woody covertly recovers materials from the trash, including a spork. Bonnie turns the spork into a handmade toy she names Forky. Forky comes to life and begins to experience an existential crisis, considering himself to be trash rather than a toy. As Forky becomes Bonnie's favorite toy, Woody takes it upon himself to prevent Forky from throwing himself away. When Bonnie's family goes on a road trip, Forky jumps out of the RV window and Woody pursues him. After Woody explains to him how important he is to Bonnie, Forky decides to return to her. Near the RV park where Bonnie's family is staying, Woody spots Bo Peep's lamp in an antique store window and goes inside to find her. Inside, he and Forky encounter a talking doll, Gabby Gabby, who desires Woody's voice box to replace her broken one. While Woody is able to escape, Gabby Gabby captures Forky and uses him as bait to lure Woody back to the store. At a playground, Woody reunites with Bo and her sheep Billy, Goat, and Gruff, who now live as lost toys. Bo agrees to help Woody save Forky and get back to Bonnie. Meanwhile, Buzz searches for Woody but is found and made a carnival game prize at a fairground. He escapes with plush toys Ducky and Bunny, and they meet up with Woody and Bo. With pocket toy cop Giggle McDimples and stuntman toy Duke Kaboom, they unsuccessfully try to rescue Forky from Gabby Gabby, her ventriloquist puppet henchman and the antique store cat. In the aftermath of the failed rescue, the toys argue over whether to go back, and Woody declares that rescuing Forky is all he has left, and insults Bo by stating that loyalty is something a lost toy wouldn't understand. Alone, Woody encounters Gabby Gabby again, who envies Woody's trove of treasured memories and expresses a wish to have just one. Woody trades his voice box for Forky. The toys part ways, but Woody remains long enough to see Gabby Gabby rejected by her ideal loner, Harmony. Woody comforts a heartbroken Gabby Gabby and invites her to become one of Bonnie's toys. Bo returns with the others to help and reconciles with Woody. They head for the carnival, while Forky fetches Buzz and Bonnie's toys. They interfere with the RV's controls, forcing Bonnie's father to drive back to the carnival. When Gabby Gabby sees a crying girl lost in the carnival, she decides instead to become that child's toy, emboldening the child to approach a security guard and be reunited with her parents. At the carousel, Woody and Bo share a bittersweet goodbye. Seeing that Woody is hesitant to leave Bo again, Buzz encourages Woody to stay with her instead of returning to Bonnie. Woody passes his sheriff badge over to Jesse and bids farewell to his friends. The RV departs with Bonnie's toys as Woody and Bo begin a life together, dedicated to finding new owners for her lost toys. On her first day of first grade 1 year later, Bonnie creates a female toy out of a plastic knife that she has called Knifey. The knife toy suffers from the same existential crisis as Forky, who becomes smitten with her. Alright. On Friday, we will be doing Stuber by Cheerleading Girls. Here is the plot in this film. Stu Prasad, a meager Uber driver obsessed with getting his first 5-star review in the app, is forced by an aggressive Los Angeles Police Department detective Vic Manning to drive him around town to catch notorious drug lord Ted Joe. For Vic, it is especially personal, as Ted Joe had murdered Sarah Morris, Vic's rookie partner, 6 months earlier. However, Vic is unable to do the task alone as he recently got a laser eye surgery that prevents him from having good sight. Along the way, Stu deals with Vic's deranged behavior while trying to express his feelings to his friend Becca. Stu and Vic confront each other about Stu's inability to man up while Vic is called out for his toxic masculinity and negligence toward his daughter Nicole, as it draws similarities to the attitude that Vic's own father had shown him. Clues lead Stu and Vic to travel to various locations in Los Angeles, such as Koreatown, then a male stripper club and a house in Long Beach when Vic detains a key suspect of his investigation and rescues a dog stroker, Pico, from being drugged to hide the evidence. However, Stu accidentally shoots the thug in the leg and Vic leads them to an animal hospital where a group of thugs find the two and try to attack them. While Stu is scared, Vic manages to take control of the situation by making Stu throw dog food cans at the thugs and shooting those who got stunned. Vic, using the phone of one of the thugs, sends a text to their leader to inform of his death and then runs to Nicole's museum exposition to warn her about the impending danger. Meanwhile, Stu struggles to keep his relationship with Becca, a friend and partner of his in an upcoming spin biking gym who is heartbroken due to a fight with another love interest and is wanting him come to her home to get drunk and have casual sex. However, Stu is more interested to date her instead. Eventually, the two face Dead Joe at the location of his drop, where Vic finds that Captain McHenry is a dirty cop who has been working with Dead Joe and was planning to frame Vic for murder to get him off their trail, while Stu does admit he loves Becca, but then realizes it wouldn't work since he knows she doesn't feel the same way and that they shouldn't even be friends. Stu and Vic work together to take down the villains, but Nicole ends up in the mayhem when she finds them and is nearly shot by Dead Joe. Stu takes the bullet, and Vic almost kills Dead Joe before Nicole stops him, and the cops arrive to bring Dead Joe to justice. After Stu and Vic recover, they become good friends while Vic finally gives Stu a 5-star review in Uber, despite the $5,534.95 fare he has to pay him, and Becca has started up a successful spin biking business, though she obviously is still mad at Stu for leaving her. Vic arrives at Nicole's for Christmas, along with a dog he found earlier, only to discover that Nicole is dating Stu. Alright. That's all the Walt Disney Home Video releases we got. So second, we will be doing Monkey Pictures and Roman Cow Productions and Donkey Teeth Company shorts. It's about the squirrel gets a new software for new computer is called Microsoft Windows NT Workstation 4.0. The red squirrel was not playing at all times, however, the internet was shown during the autumn season. Alright. That's all the shorts we got. So third, we will be doing Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus series. I got this new phone was from T-Mobile in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. The story continues with Rabbit had destroyed the pumpkins that protect his garden, but Ducky and Bunny had ruined them, so the politician came by and asked him he can help clean up the garden and take his rightful place for making his garden better. The commander came by and she wants to bring his incarnate head of Firebird and she will sing for Remembrance Day song. That day onwards, Roo was having trouble taking Garden's place to politician and takes a bath. Alright. That's all I got for today, let's do some work now.
Alright, let's do some work now.